Hello everyone, welcome back to Coder and Boots. Today we are going to discuss a topic about GitLab. Okay, so today what we are going to do is we are going to build and publish a Python app to the GitLab registry using GitLab pipeline. So in the previous sessions, I have given the introduction to the GitLab. We have discussed about Docker executor in GitLab. We have discussed about GitLab runners. Okay, so if you want to if you are new to GitLab, if you want to understand about those topics, please watch the previous videos. I'll give the links to those videos in the description. Okay, so in this video we are starting with the assumption that you know the basics of GitLab. Okay, so here we are going to build and publish a Python app. So first, I am going to show you a simple Python application. Okay, so this is a Python Flask web service. Okay, so this Python Flask web service, basically I am not going to explain the details of the code. The idea behind this video is to demonstrate how to build and publish an application. It could be Python or it could be anything else. So here I am going to demonstrate with Python. Okay, so usually if you take the example of Python, so every Python application, usually people develop it. Okay, so at the time of development there will be one part code. Okay, code will be there. Then second part is like the dependent libraries or we call it as packages. Okay, dependent packages. So these two things we develop and we commit it to the version control system, that is like GitLab, GitHub, or it could be Azure DevOps or any other version control system. So then after this, people basically commit this and then they do testing. Okay, then once it is tested, what will happen? It will be promoted. We'll tag it. Okay, and we'll basically promote it to the higher environments. Okay, so one more thing is there is a mechanism in the Python code to build it and create a single bundle. Okay, we can basically create a bundle. So this bundling activity or building activity is there in several programming languages. If you see Java, okay, Java, what happens? People basically code, and if you while coding, the Java code will be with extension .java. Okay, so once it is coded, what will happen? So then it will be bundled and basically they create a jar out of it. The jar, we can basically remove the code. Okay, and it will be the executable. Okay, so similarly in Python there is a way like we can bundle. There is, this method of bundling, people can still recover the code, but the advantage of bundling is, so you don't need a Python interpreter to run the Python code if you bundle it. Okay, so you can just execute as an executable in a machine. It could be Linux or Windows. Okay, so we are going to use the PInstaller approach to bundle the code. Okay, so today we are going to, as part of this topic, this discussion, we are going to discuss about we'll discuss about GitLab pipeline, we'll discuss about the Docker executor, then we'll discuss about artifact sharing between GitLab jobs. So we'll go through like a simple, we will explain this through a simple Python Flask application. Then we will use PInstaller for bundling. Okay, for bundling the Python code and dependencies, so that we don't need to install these dependencies again and again, or we don't need Python to run this application in a different machine. And finally we are going to push it to the registry. Okay, that is the place where we have we store the artifact, the build. Okay, so this is what we are going to do it today. So first is we have the code, then we basically do the build activity. Build activity means bundling activity. Okay, and third, what we are doing is we are going to push it to registry. Okay, push to registry. So code is there, then bundle, okay, and push to registry. So this is what we are going to demonstrate it through the pipeline. So in our pipeline we will have two jobs. One will be the bundle part, second will be the push to registry. And what is a registry here? So in GitLab there is something called registry. Okay, packages and registries. Okay, GitLab has its own, it comes with not just the code repository, it comes with registries as well. So it has three type of registry. One is package registry. Basically it's a place to store, okay, the packages, like it could be like, I mean, npm packages, or these kind of like Python packages, or it could be UI bundles, okay, if you are building Angular code, those packages, Java jars, etc. Those kind of packages you can store it in the package registry. Container registry is for storing Docker images. So this is a proper fully functional Docker registry, okay. Container registry, you can store Docker images. Infrastructure registry is basically a registry to store the Terraform modules. So Terraform modules is basically the IAC, infrastructure as code modules, okay. So we will discuss about that topic in a different video. So but the idea is GitLab has a functionality. This was not there long back, this got introduced in a recent past. So this is a very nice feature, so that we can publish the artifacts to this registry. So previously people used to publish it to different Artifactory kind of softwares. Artifactory is one of those. JFrog Artifactory is one of the registry software. So there were like a couple of other registry softwares where people publish the artifacts. Now GitLab itself comes with this registry. Okay, so let's get into the code quickly. So we have a simple Python Flask application. Okay, so if you are not aware of Python Flask application, think about like a simple web service application. So I'll show the working of this code. So this needs a dependent package Flask. Okay, so what we need is, let's install the dependency pip install Flask for running this program. Okay, so Flask is already installed. Now I'll create app.py. Okay, this is the program. It's a simple program. So I'm pasting it here. Okay, then what it is doing is, it has basically a function hello. Okay, it will return hello world. And if you basically make a call to the slash, the root path, okay, this will get exposed from this machine. So let us run this program, python app.py. Okay, so it's Python 3, sorry, it's Python 3 app.py. Now you see it is running. Okay, so now it is running. If I type the IP address of this machine, I will be able to access it from the browser. Okay, so let me open the browser. Sorry, I copied a wrong thing. So if you type this, you see hello world. Okay, and you can see in the command line the request from where I made the request. The request is logged here. Okay, if I make a request further, what will happen? It is showing hello world, basically what I am returning from here, right? If you want to return something else, what you need to do? From, okay, so if I run this and okay, hello from Coder and Boots. So this is a functional application. It's working. It's properly working. Now, so to run this application in a different machine, what we need? We need to install this dependency. We need Python, right? It's a Python program. We need Python, right? I don't want to basically distribute this application in this way. I wanted to distribute this application as a single bundle which doesn't need an interpreter to run. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, there is something called PInstaller. Okay, PInstaller is a Python package itself. This Python package, what it performs is, it bundles the entire Python code with the dependencies, everything, so that it will come as a single bundle where we don't have to use any other dependencies. We can run it as a standalone code. Okay, so what we need is, we need to install PInstaller. So if you want to understand more about PInstaller, what you can do is, you can just Google PInstaller. It has an official website. It has the complete explanation of that. So PInstaller can be used for creating this kind of bundles for Windows, basically exe files, and for Linux and for Mac OS. Okay, so PInstaller, we have here, if you see, we have app.py, PInstaller. Okay, app.py. If you do this, what will happen? It will do the bundling activity. So let's wait. It will take few seconds to complete. If your application is a large application, it will take several minutes also to complete. Okay, so yeah, now it is complete. Now if you see, once the PInstaller installation is complete, you have something called dist. Okay, so in this dist directory, you can see something called app. So in this app, you can see an executable app here. The remaining SO files and the remaining bundle libraries are all bundled in this one. And you have something called app, which is our app. If we just execute this doesn't need a Python. I'm just executing as this. You see, the application is got started. It's up. The Flask application got started. Now if I hit again, see the application is up. That means I bundled it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to automate this process using a GitLab pipeline so that the developers will commit the code to the GitLab and I will run a pipeline to automate this process and I'll basically publish it to a package registry so that I can distribute this deployment bundle from the package registry to the end users. So you got it, right? That's the process. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to GitLab. Okay. So I've already stored the code here, app.py. If you see, we have the Flask application code here. Okay. And if you see here, we have the requirements.txt, which has Flask 2.2.2. I have put the Flask. This is the dependent package required for running this code. Okay. And next I have the GitLab CI pipeline. So what I am doing, I have already created it. I'll explain what I have done here. So I have two stages. One is build and second is push to registry. Okay. So let's discuss about the build job. The build job is the first job, which is part of the build stage. Okay. So here I have used Docker executor. Okay. Docker executor. I am specifying an image. So this is a Python program. So I have specified a Python image. Okay. Python image for running this application. Okay. So the Python specified Python 3.11.2 11.2 Slim Buster. Okay. It's a lightweight image. And before script is something that executes before the script. Okay. So here what I am doing is I am installing two things. One is in this Python, this is a light. See, if I use Ubuntu or some higher like larger images, some of these packages will be by default there. So I wanted to use something lightweight so that I can reduce my build time. Okay. So on top of the Python image, I am installing two packages. Okay. So one I am doing apt update. So then second is I am doing bin utils. Okay. Third one I am doing zip because I need to basically compress a directory. For that purpose I need zip. Okay. So I am installing this system Linux packages on the Python image. After that I am creating a directory artifacts. So this artifacts is basically for sharing the artifacts to the next job. Okay. I am just creating a directory. You can create directory of your own. Okay. These steps are basically, these are just shell script steps. So what I'm doing is I'm just listing the directory. Then so here if you see, if I list it, my code, whatever code is there in my project. Okay. If you see this project, I have code here. Okay. So basically I have contents in this repository. This repository contents will be available here. Okay. If I do ls, this repository contents will be available here. So I'm going inside the code app directory, which is basically what? Code inside that app. Okay. I'm going inside that code app directory. Then what I'm doing, there is a requirements.txt file here, which has the Python package requirements. Okay. So it will install requirements.txt. Okay. And on top of that, I am doing PInstaller. So this I have already demonstrated. So PInstaller I am installing. Then what I am doing next is I am doing PInstaller app.py. I am basically bundling the application. Okay. Next is I'm just doing the ls. I'm going inside the cd dist directory, and there I have, as we already discussed. So here if you see inside the dist, so this is the dist directory. Inside the dist we have the app. So I am doing what? Zipping. Okay. I am zipping the app directory. I am compressing because app has the application bundle, right? So then what I am doing, I am copying the compressed app to my artifacts. Okay. Artifact is what? This is my artifacts directory. So I am copying the apps.zip to the artifacts. Okay. Then you can see this is another important thing in GitLab. So if you want to share an artifact between jobs, okay, so what you can do is you can basically specify something called artifacts here, and you can specify the paths below. Okay. Artifact, below that you have to specify paths. So here artifacts directory. In this case, what will happen is this artifacts directory, right? What I have created here, I have mentioned here So what will happen? This artifacts will be available for the remaining jobs in this pipeline. Okay, so that this push job is the second job. Okay, in my case. So what will happen? This artifacts will be available for the next job. Okay, so then when manual if I do, what will happen is this pipeline won't get, this basically job will not run without a manual intervention. It will ask me to basically click on the play button to run this particular job, basically this job. Okay, this job will wait for my confirmation to run. Okay, the pipeline will get triggered but it will not execute. Okay, so this is the first job. So this is the build stage. Build job is the first job. Okay, so second job is the push job. So push job, I have created the second stage, that is push to registry. So here I am using Alpine image. Okay, Alpine is a Linux image which is like a very lightweight image. The lightest Alpine image size is like less than 10 MB. Okay, so that it will get pulled very easily, because for me what I need is I need to upload this to my package registry. Okay, so and what I need is in this image I need to install curl command, because I needed curl to upload my image, my artifact to the artifact registry. So that is basically here in this registry. Then what I am doing is script. Okay, in the script section I am just doing ls-all. That is basically for me to check whether the artifact got copied here or not. Then next what I am doing is I am doing curl-header. Okay, this is basically the curl command to upload the application to my registry. So I will copy paste the curl command here for your understanding. Okay, so if you see this is basically curl. This has, okay, curl, then hyphen header. So we need to pass a job token, CI job token. So this you don't have to basically specify any value here. So basically you need to create the header job token colon $CI job token. When the pipeline runs, this job token will be automatically passed to this particular job. Okay, this will GitLab will automatically do that, and this job token can access everything within your project. It cannot do any interaction with the remaining projects. So if you are using this job token to upload something to a different project, okay, different project, it won't happen, because the privilege of this job token is limited within your project. If you are trying to upload something to a different project, okay, different GitLab project, you need to use private token, okay, your GitLab private token to upload this. If you are trying to use upload it to the same project, something in the same project, you can use CI job token. Then argument is upload file. We are going to upload the artifact. Okay, artifacts. Where is the artifacts? Basically from the previous job I have exposed to directory artifacts, and this file will be available to this job also. Okay, and artifacts inside that I have my app.zip. Then this is basically CI API v4 URL. This also will automatically get replaced with the actual value. This is the GitLab API URL. You don't have to worry about this one. GitLab will take care. GitLab pipeline will automatically take care of this one. Then projects. This is a standard, and CI project ID. This will also get automatically replaced with the current project ID of the GitLab. So if you want to understand what is the current project ID of the GitLab, so basically if you come to this project, okay, any project, you will see a number over here. So you will see a number over here. This is the project ID. Okay, so this value will get automatically replaced when the pipeline runs. So you don't have to hard code any value over here. Then packages generic. Okay, this is basically the package registry, and then here this is the application. Okay, so I am creating like a package with the name application, and I am creating tag. Okay, tag is 001. This you can automatically increment. Okay, 001, 002, it's up to you. You can automatically increment this tag, and I am putting the file artifact, the final artifact app.zip. Okay, clear? So this is how it's going to run. So let's see how this pipeline runs by executing this one. And I have like, I'm in the Docker runner. My executor is a Docker, basically GitLab runner with the Docker executor. So let's run the pipeline. So let's go to CI/CD pipelines. Okay, and let's run the pipeline. Okay, so here I'm just doing run pipeline. There is no variable required in this one, so I can just directly trigger. So as I told earlier, so this is basically this pipeline will wait for me. I have specified manual. Okay, that's why it will wait for me. So I'll basically do what? I'll click on this build job. So then we will start execution. So if I'm not specifying manual, what will happen? It will start the execution immediately if I make any changes in the code. If I make any commits, automatically the trigger will start. So this time what's happening is it is pulling the Python base image. Okay, first it will pull the Python base image. Then once it is pulled, it will basically execute the remaining commands what we have on top of that. Let's see how it runs. Okay, so now, okay, it got completed. So what happened here? So it basically, let's scroll up and see the logs. So what it has done is it pulled the base image, Python base image. Okay, now after that we have command before script apt update and apt install bin utils zip. Okay, these two things got installed. Okay, these two things got installed. After that we have created a directory artifacts. Okay, and then I did an ls. You see git CI YAML artifacts and the code directory. This is basically the clone of the entire repo plus an additional directory artifacts which I created here. Okay, then I am doing cd code app. The directory I went inside that pip install requirements.txt. Requirements had flask package. It installed the flask. Okay, after that I installed PInstaller package. It basically installed the PInstaller package. After that what I did, I basically did the build operation, bundling operation using the PInstaller. It basically did the bundling activity. If you see this, it bundled everything. Okay, the PInstaller step got completed. Here I did an ls. You see the build and dist directories got created. The distributable bundle is there in the dist directory. Okay, so I go inside the dist and then zip -r. I compressed it. Okay, now I have a zip file app.zip. So I copied that app.zip into my artifacts directory. You can name this directory to anything. Okay, it could be anything. Okay, I just named it as artifact. Then I have artifacts. I basically exposed this artifact to the artifacts. Okay, so what happened? It is uploading this artifact. Okay, GitLab will take care of this activity so that this will be available for the remaining jobs in this pipeline. Okay, this is the first job. Okay, if you see this pipeline, if you see our pipeline, this is the first job. This is the first job and it got completed. The completion is it uploaded the artifact. And if you want to examine the artifact, okay, if you want to examine the artifact, on the right hand side, if there are any artifacts, it will show job artifacts. Okay, so job artifacts, there is an option to download it. Okay, or you can even browse it. So you can click on browse, click, you see this is app.zip. It is there, it's around 10 MB size. Okay, other option is if you want to download it, what you can do is you can click on download. Okay, you can click on download. What will happen? It will download this artifact to your local and you can examine the content. Okay, you can examine the content. I am extracting this, so let me extract. So extract. So you see app.zip, this is what we compressed there. Okay, okay, let me see. Extracting it. You see, so this is the app which has the executable app inside and the remaining dependent bundles, everything. So this is the distributable app. Okay, so this is the situation, and this job, first job got completed. It has the artifact inside this. So this job is what? It is just one job in the pipeline. We have the next job also in that pipeline, right? Let's go into the pipeline and run the next job, because it will not automatically run because I have kept manual as the option. Okay, so now this is the push job. So let's see what happens with the push job. So push job will get the artifact because it is passed from the previous job. So you see, in the push job, first we are installing the curl Okay, so it is installed. The curl got installed. It's an Alpine package. So it first down pulled the Alpine base image, installed the curl. Okay, then ls-all. You see here we have artifacts. Okay, how come the artifacts came? Because from the previous stage we have pushed it here. So artifacts is available. Then what I am doing here, curl job token upload artifact / app.zip, okay, to the package registry. So you see 201, it's a success message created, artifact got created. And now if you go to the package registry on the left hand side, okay, it got uploaded to the current this project itself. You go to the package registry here. If you go, okay, now you will see it has one package created just now. Okay, it created just now. And if you click on this, what you will see, this you see the app.zip, and you see application version is 001. From where this version came? This version is defined in the GitLab pipeline. We have specified the version here. Okay, so this is the version application app.zip, and that is what you are seeing in the registry. In the package registry you can see app.zip. It's the same thing, 10.23. So in this way what will happen, this is like a very simple pipeline to demonstrate the build and publish it to registry part. So in this way, let's say you have a very complex project, developers are developing the code and they are committing it, and once you run the pipeline, so this is a simple pipeline, it will do the bundling part, it will publish it to the registry, but we can add more stages to it. Usually people add code lint check stages, okay, so then test stages to test the functionality of the code, and if everything is functioning properly, create the image, basically create the package and push it to the registry. This is how it works, but for simplicity, for demonstrating, I made it in a very simple way so that it is just a bundle part and push it to the registry. I hope this example is clear for you, and you can try building more pipelines in this approach. So if you have any questions or queries, feel free to comment below the video, and if you like this video, subscribe to this channel. There will be more interesting videos coming in the upcoming days. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Thank you very much.